welcome to my channel. Now, I have not covered Jeffrey Epstein at all. I've thought about it in the past, but I never did. But a story has come out today that I kind of want to touch on a little bit. So as you guys know, Jeffrey Epstein was an American financier and also a convicted sex offender. When he first started out years ago, he was a teacher, and then he switched to the banking and financing sector before forming his own firm. And people have said like that this guy had a island where he would go to, and he would bring other big time influencers, big millionaires with him, and they would bring young girls there. It was reports that on his planes that he always had very young girls on his planes with him. When he was arrested and like brought down, this was kind of like a big deal. People were kind of wondering what would happen because he had connections to so many famous and powerful people that a lot of people speculated that he would end up dead. And he did. He ended up dying by suicide, by hanging in his jail cell. Just a few weeks earlier, he had attempted suicide, and he was actually moved to a special housing unit that required more supervision so the guards could keep a better eye on them. They would check on them more frequently because allegedly he had attempted suicide. Now, there are some people that speculate that he never attempted suicide at all, but this was like a government cover-up, something going on. You guys can form your own opinion because I have not read up on it enough at this point to really know one way or the other. But I am catching up on things as it happens. And today, TMZ broke a story that two prison guards that worked at the prison where Jeffrey Epstein was held at had been indicted for falsifying records. So two of the prison guards who were like on watch when Jeffrey Epstein hanged himself, they were arrested on a federal indictment and they are facing prison time. Now, according to TMZ, Tova Noel and Michael Thomas, they're both facing charges for falsifying the logs of exactly when they performed their checks on Epstein's jail cell. The feds claim that Noel and Thomas were two of the guards on duty on August 10th from 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. And during their watch, they were supposed to conduct 5 scheduled checks on Epstein. The two guards allegedly completed slips saying that they did in fact make those checks, but the feds say that not a single one was actually carried through. According to the indictment, Noel and Thomas were at their desk in the common area using computers, just 15 feet away from Jeffrey Epstein's cell. But they were not doing their work according to the federal indictment. It says that the feds allege they were actually shopping for furniture and hunting down motorcycle deals, and they were also watching sports news. The feds claim that for a period of approximately 2 hours, the guards were sitting at their desk without moving and appeared to actually be asleep. Epstein was found dead at 6:33 a.m. alone in his cell with a noose around his neck. Both guards did fess up to the supervisor that they had skipped their checks. So Thomas and Noel are now both facing 1 count of conspiracy to falsify records. That carries a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison. Additionally, Noel is charged with 5 counts of falsifying records, while Thomas only got 3. Each of those also carry a max sentence of 5 years. Epstein's death was ruled a suicide by hanging according to the autopsy, but TMZ has reported, other outlets have reported that Jeffrey Epstein's team has not ruled out a cover-up, and that at least one forensic expert claims the autopsy is missing DNA. So what do you guys think about this? A lot of people were actually saying that something would happen before it even happened. So I remember when he died thinking, oh wow, like what a coincidence. Like, did he really hang himself? Is there something more to this? But since I haven't really read up on anything, but when I saw this story this morning about the two guards who did admit that they did falsify records and they did not do their routine check-ins to make sure he was okay, I wanted to go ahead and cover that for you guys, give you guys the details on that. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Do you guys believe that this is a cover-up? Do you guys believe that Epstein was murdered, or do you believe he hung himself? Sound off in the comment section below and tell me what you think. Goodbye, everyone.